Welcome back and thank you so much for keeping it KTS. Of course, this is the Straight Talk program. On my show today is Benjamin Olenja, our political analyst of the show. And of course, we have this beautiful lady, Miss Elizabeth Nyambura. Miss Nyambura is vying to be the next member of County Assembly, Langas Ward in Uasin Gishu County. So keep it Straight Talk. Now let's move to national politics. Olenja, let me begin with you.
Yes.
Do you think the country is ready for the August 8th polls?
The country is very ready for the August 8th election.
We are ready.
The reason is, one, we have endured 4 and several months of a leadership that has frustrated most of us. Because there are things that we expected as we gave the new constitutional arrangement an opportunity for leaders to come on board in terms of county governments and even the national government. We expected to have a country whereby we are having county governments whereby people receive service delivery. You see, she's coming in to complement the county government. There's the thing that the county government should be doing in Langas, she's doing them. Yet there's a lot of resources, there are a lot of monies that have been disbursed to do these things. So I think for us to be able to salvage ourselves from the issues that we have undergone through this period of 4 plus several months, since we elected the government in place, we need an election. And I think we could have done it yesterday. That's why I say we are very ready. We should not be worried. We should not be intimidated. We should know that people, I was talking to very old women recently, and they were telling me, if we can have change, we shall feel good.
Okay, so we are ready. Ms. Nyambura, do you think we are ready?
Yeah, I think we are very ready for elections. In fact, we need change like yesterday. Starting from the ward to the national leadership. My frustration is when I look at the national leadership, I see there's a bad option and we don't have a good option also. The people who are there and the people who want to be there, unfortunately, we don't have a good choice. But at least we'll have to choose those.
We don't have a good choice. What do you mean?
I mean, if we had a very strong independent candidate who is not, who has not been in government
at the presidential level,
presidential level, we'll have a bit of, we'll have a good change.
So you think neither Uhuru nor Raila is fit to hold the position?
I think they both need rest. But now we don't have an alternative. We have to choose one of them. Because you look at all of them, they've been in government. And what they've done for this country, Raila has done a lot in terms of fighting for democracy in this country. They've all done their bit, their share, and we really need Kenya to come up a fresh mind, something different, you know. But they're the same people that we've been seeing. It's my frustration as Elizabeth. And another thing, when we look at also the county government, as he said, from the top to the bottom, there are so many resources that are there to empower the community, but they are being mismanaged. Corruption is high from top to bottom. So you wonder now, we really need change. And I think Kenyans, please, let's take this opportunity to bring in leaders that will make a difference in our lives.
Okay, thank you so much for that. And let me bring you very briefly, because of time, do you believe on the sentiments that she's saying that we lack a better alternative up there at the presidential level?
Not at all.
You don't agree with her?
Not at all, because what I could say is also that we really don't, I think Kenya should be realistic and they should accept the fact that Kenya is not ready for an independent president. In terms of office, he needs a support of a political party. Look at, I was looking at another clip yesterday, not even yesterday, this morning as I was coming here, about Obama. You know, I like comparative analysis. And Obama was telling the Republicans, when we were doing our presidential campaigns, as I was fronting Hillary Clinton and you were fronting the current President Trump, you heard a lot of insults against me. You even said that I was not born here so that you can get political mileage. But now this is the person that you have in office as your president. Look at the problem he has caused in your country. Look at if you believe in the holding of the family structure, look at the person you have given the mantle. He has no respect for family at all. He is not having respect for life. He's not having respect for issues that matter in the country. Therefore, when we come back to Kenya, if we really need to have people who can bring change. We need somebody who has been groomed, somebody who has been tested, and somebody who has a goodwill of the people. Because no matter how bad a politician may be, but the people have put their confidence in him and have told him, we are giving you this opportunity so that you can work for us, not for yourself. This person will work.
Okay. Again, let's look at the recent appellate court ruling to overturn the ruling by the High Court to suspend the printing of presidential ballot papers. What do you think about that? Elizabeth, let me begin with you.
Yeah, it leaves people like us wondering, because you wonder if this court passes judgment on an issue and then the other one overturns it, and they are both mandated to give right judgment, from the word go. So it's a contradiction, and when there's a contradiction up there, we wonder now, whom do you believe, or who do you trust? Do we trust the Court of Appeal or the High Court? And now are they working in harmony with each other, or are they working against each other, or what is happening? I don't know. Although I think they both presented their verdict, and they are justified in their own way. Each one is justified in their own way. You look at the High Court, they were right in what they said. The public participation is very important. Yeah. And again, when you look at the time factor, again, where the Court of Appeal now based their argument on, again, it's valid. Yeah, sure. Now here we are left to just leave now things work the way they will work, because this is the judiciary, and it's an independent body, and we expect them to give the right judgment and the best for that matter. But now what they have decided also leaves us confused. But again, we want this election to go on because we really want change. So what works for us, we'll go by it. That's what I can say. Okay.
Olenja, Raila, the NASA presidential candidate, has also released a dossier that is mentioning 42 state officers for being involved in rigging of the August 8th general elections. What do you think? Do you think it's really the right time for him to have come up with that list?
I think Kenyans should appreciate Raila Odinga, because since the elections were conducted in 2013 to now, it is through this guy we have known many things, which are true, some of them. Because you look at even the issues he has tried to expose. Even my sister will agree with me that some of those were really serious issues. Sure. And if we didn't have somebody who can stand up and look in the face of the government and tell them, this is, you are doing this, we are aware of it, we are coming for you, then the government could have maybe continued to do wrong things. And when Raila has many times spoken, we have followed keenly and realized that he was saying things that were somehow carrying weight and true. Okay. But in this one now, you see, he has an interest in the election. He's a candidate. The government also, through Uhuru Kenyatta, they have an interest. So all of them must come to a point whereby they are checking each other. I must be aware of what you are doing, and you also must be aware of what I'm doing. I'm doing. And our intelligence must be at work and at play, so that we are able to ensure that at the end of the day we are satisfied with the outcome of the election. And I think in all this thing, there was the other time Raila cautioned about the military involvement in elections. And I think things went down and things cooled. And then he has come up with this one. What we need to do is to check through, to look into, is it a true thing? Is it a valid thing? And why could he be saying this? Because you see, and this is the history of elections in the world. Any country which is able to put their policemen or their security apparatus in a box, that government is able to continue to be in power. And therefore, those countries that have been able to bring independence within its institutions, be it the police, be it the electoral body, be it whatever institutions, they have been able to see what we call free and transparent election. Although it is hard to achieve transparency in elections.
Okay, and with the interest that you're talking about, the interest of the two parties, the two major parties, of course. Yes. Do you think this election is a do or die for the Jubilee coalition and the NASA coalition?
This election is one about Kenyans. Okay. Let's agree. That's why my sister is contesting for the Langa seat, and we wish you all the best, our sister. But when it comes to the presidential vote, it is about change. But this change will not come out easily because we have, I think there are 7 or 8 candidates.
Yeah, sure.
But I want to just make a genuine question even to my sister. How many of you seen campaign seriously they want the seat? You see, so this thing is between 2 people.
Okay.
It's between Raila
The
Odinga
two-horse race.
and Uhuru Kenyatta.
Okay.
And why do I say so? I say so because even when we began this show with you sometimes, I told you that it would be good to go into the election with Raila and Uhuru Kenyatta so that we can fight this political battle and animosity that has been there between the Odingas and the Kenyattas. Because in 2022 we shall have fresh blood. Believe you me.
Sure.
We shall have fresh blood. If it will be Ruto against Musalia, let it be. But we want to finish it now.
Okay.
And therefore, it is do for Raila and do for Uhuru.
Okay.
Uhuru recently said, I'm going into this election. He said it during the funeral of the general, Gaiseri. He said, I was banging a lot on the general. And as I go into this election, I know I'm going into this election as my last election. He means, you see, when I say I'm going to an election as a last election, I mean I must win it.
Okay.
I am not leaving anything to chance. Constitutionally, Uhuru Kenyatta, even if he failed this election, his years, constitutionally, he can come again and contest.
Sure.
But for Raila Odinga, he has this one and this one only. And that's why I tell you that there are the 2 of them. But again, Kenyans, when we bring Kenyans on board, and my views on board, and we look into the 2 individuals, all of them have been tested.
Yeah.
All of them, they have been in serious and influential positions.
Sure.
All of them, when it comes to political divisions and bringing out the Kenyan spirit and the issue of tribalism and how it works to favor somebody, we know what they have done.
Okay.
Whether they were in a coalition government, whether they were in KANU, up to now in the Jubilee government.
Okay.
So I strongly look into the voters, and I tell them, in this election, I know all of you, we have those people who are learned. They are saying our court is the best option. They are saying maybe this other Wainaina guys are the best option. But let us look keenly into this election. We want to complete a battle that has been there since independence. And this battle has been the Odingas and the Kenyattas. And even if we went away from this and say that we are voting for any other thing, these guys, I want to tell Kenyans, they know about it, that it's about the 2 of them. And when they go to their meetings after the political shenanigans, and the 2 of them, they say, this thing we are doing, one of us is going to get it.
Okay.
It is for us.
Okay. Let me get your sentiments, Ms. Elizabeth. Do you agree with the lecture that it may be a do or die just for Uhuru and Raila?
Unfortunately, that is the truth. Because as you heard, the other independent candidates, they are not even campaigning that much, but they have the right qualifications to be presidents. But now we are given these 2 choices. That is Raila of NASA and Jubilee Uhuru, because they are the 2 horses that are running now, and we don't have any other choice but to choose the 2. And what I can say, they are also, it's like their last chance. Uhuru, this is his last chance. And Raila, given his age, he's saying he has only 1 bullet remaining.
Sure.
And they are all working so hard to ensure that they win. That's why I wish allegations that Raila is making, I wish they can be investigated, because I don't think that he's just making allegations out of nowhere, or maybe he has some information that he has that can help the IBC to conduct a fair and free election. But again, he should also provide that evidence so that his arguments or his claims are valid. Another thing I can say, again, they both will want to make each other look bad so that they can win. So
they are rivals.
They are serious rivals, because this is their last chance, both of them.
Sure.
And they are really fighting tooth and nail to win this election. And if rigging will be part of helping either of them to win, they will rig if they are given that chance, both Raila and Uhuru. So it's a matter of now
the degree
Kenyans,
of rig.
yeah, the degree of rigging for each in their own areas. And what I can say is, for Kenyans, let us I'm not. Let us listen to them during the debate and see who has. Okay, maybe I know now people are decided whom they'll vote for.
Sure.
But I think they should also listen to them and make a choice. Like for me, I don't. I've not decided which one to vote for because I don't know which one will bring the change that we want.
Okay.
Because they've been tested, as he has said. They're both in government. I'm not saying they've done nothing. Uhuru has done his best. Raila has been doing so much also for this country. And we really need now as Kenyans to decide who will really impact on our lives positively and who will bring that positive change that we really need in this nation.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, and in as much as a country we need free, fair and credible elections, do you think that we are also giving the IBC ample time to ensure that they deliver at the end of the day? We are going to look at that with regard to the pending court cases. Of course, we have one human rights activist, that is Gladwell Otieno, who filed a lawsuit against IBC for failing to publish a voter register. We have a second one from NASA that filed a case to stop agency from using manual backup instead in case technology fails during elections. And of course we have another one where Kisumu voters have gone to court seeking to make IBC announce presidential election results within 7 hours at the end of the voting to stop. Of course they allege that this will help in stopping anxiety. So do you think we're also giving IBC a number of time? Let me begin with you, Olenja.
They don't need an ample time. They don't. You see, when I go to the market to buy my shoe, I test my feet in it, I walk around, I see it is fitting, and then I pick it and I move forward.
Okay.
And therefore, when the IEBC commissioners and the chairperson were picking their jobs, they knew very well the constitutional requirement of that office. And if they are not able to fulfill the responsibility of the office, they should vacate the office. And you see, when I say this, I mean, for example, anybody who is elected into IEBC, for example, a chairperson, that person must have studied or been in the school of law in any university that is accepted and recognized in the educational standards of our country.
Okay.
Before this person is given that job, he should be able to convince the panelists that he will be able to carry out that job with the integrity of that office.
Okay.
And therefore, we are not demanding too much. We are just demanding enough of what we require as Kenyans. Okay. And even, I even think even on a 7, somebody can go to court with another case again against them. But what we are saying is this: they need to be always alert. They need always to be ready. They need always to know that whatever they are doing it within the constitutional framework. Okay. And also, apart from that, you see, the election law in the constitution is not final. There are these parliamentary provisions as well. Okay. The things that have been passed in parliament, which they should not be ignorant about them. They should know that what does this say about this and this? Because you see, as a chairperson of the IEBC, if he is ignorant, you don't remember somebody called Kivuitu? Yeah. Do you remember what happened during his tenure? Sure. We don't want to go there again. Yeah. And therefore, these people should just take their responsibilities well. They should do it with zeal and energy. They should, even if they get weary, they should even burn more midnight oil to deliver free, credible, transparent, and acceptable elections come August 8.
There's too much pressure that is put on IEBC, and I don't think it's very healthy also for them and also for this country. Because you know, every time when you are fighting battles, you get less time to do what you are supposed to do. And if they'll be going to courts battling all the time and at the same time preparing, you know, we really want free and fair election. I think this is deliberately done by the political parties, both Jubilee and NASA, to put undue pressure on them so that they panic or something, or if things go wrong, then they'll be told they were not prepared. Okay. I think they need to be given ample time. As much as we want things to be done right, let's give them the benefit of doubt. Okay. Because at the end of the day, these are the people that will run this election, and they'll manage it. And again, at the end of the day, we are preparing grounds for chaos even after the elections. Because if there's too much mistrust before even the elections, you can imagine now after the elections, nobody will accept the results.
Okay.
So we need to give them time and trust them that they will do the right thing, and give them ample time to prepare and to organize themselves well. But if they get pressure from all sides, they are in court today, tomorrow they are trying to do this, they are doing so many things at the same time, you can do so much in a very short time. So we really need to give them the benefit of doubt and help them as much as possible as Kenyans to enable them do the right thing. And that is now, okay, we should point out where there is a mistake. But again, running to court all the time, battling out in courts and, pending cases and all that, it's not helping this country. What we need to do is to help the IEBC in terms of supporting them and even pointing out the wrongs that we see, and in fact recommending even solutions for those problems that we see, and so that they can have this ample time to really reorganize themselves and do a credible election.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for that. Olenja, can you look at the camera and give us your final comments in less than 1 minute? Of course, with regard to peace as we head towards the election.
Thank you. Fellow Kenyans, I want to advise us that this country, it may look small, but it's bigger than all of us. Let us maintain peace. Let us go to the elections. I know many of you love your party leaders, you love your contestants, and you'll want to do everything to see them into office. But it should not cost another person's peace. Let us remain intact. Let us be there on 9th with peace around us, whoever wins this election, so that we can be able to continue to rebuild our nation and to see to it that it is moving in a rightful place. As a youth, I want to urge you not to be used negatively by our politicians. Some of them will bring you money, will bring you liquor, will bring you stuff in terms of drugs, so that you may be used for them, and then when they are gone, you'll never see them again. Be wise and stay peaceful throughout this period.
Okay, thank you so much for that, Ms. Elizabeth. Of course, as you seek for your votes in 1 minute.
Okay, for Kenyans, I'll ask for us to maintain peace, both during this campaign season, even during the election and after elections, because we need this country. We are the people who suffer most when there's violence. So we really need each other. We are neighbors, we are sisters, we are brothers. We live together at the end of the day. So we need each other at the end of this election. So we should maintain peace. And for the leaders that you should pick, please, may the God, like like in Acts chapter 1, when the apostles were picking somebody to replace Judas, may God convict you on whom to vote for. So that we can vote for leaders that will bring change in our lives. We really need change like yesterday. And for people of Langas, I'm asking you to vote for Elizabeth, because she represents the change that you want. And my symbol is soil, so I'm an independent candidate. Plant your vote in a good soil, and then you reap from top to the bottom. And for those who are in Jubilee and NASA, give President Uhuru or Raila your votes, the MPs, the Senate, because they need them. But here on the ground, we need a leader who will impact on our lives, not the party, not the tribe. It is the person that will impact on you. Please vote for people that will impact positively on your lives, because we really need change and we want our lives transformed. Thank you very much.
Wow, thank you so much, Benjamin Olenja, our political analyst of the show. And of course, thank you so much, Elizabeth Nyambura, for your time. I sincerely wish you the best on August 8th. Yeah. I've been your host, Regina Olado, and I want to say thank you so much. This is a very special day. It's been more than 1 year of special episodes of the Straight Talk program. And change, they say, in life is inevitable. And with that regard, this is my last show in the Straight Talk program. I'm leaving in the hands of my colleague and my friend, Anne Marietta, who will be taking you through the rest of the show. I sincerely want to wish you all the best. Keep it Straight Talk, keep it KTS. Let's maintain a peaceful Kenya. Thank you.